It's finally happening. After the incredible success I had in the last reading challenge, I decided to do it again, but this time with an even longer series. If you've seen any of my previous anime or manga videos, most of you would know that my guilty pleasure is romantic comedies. So I said, why not do a reading challenge of one of the most popular romance comedies out right now, Komi Can't Communicate. If you guys don't know what Komi Can't Communicate is, it's about a beautiful high school girl that has a communication disorder. He meets up with an average teenage boy named Tanaro, and he wants to help her learn communication skills and also complete her goal of making 100 friends. And they just go on a bunch of silly adventures with a bunch of side characters, and that's basically what I'm gonna be reading for the next 24 hours. At the time of this recording, there are 19 volumes and 258 chapters, which is even more than Jujutsu Kaisen. And in the last reading challenge, after every volume, I'd give a review on the volume that I just read, but since it didn't really match that well with this series, I decided I'll just give a mental health check in between a couple of volumes. And I don't know why I thought it was appropriate to do this, but turns out I was right to do so, because oh boy did I have trouble doing this challenge. And at the end of the reading, I gave a little review on the entire series and eventually did talk about spoilers, but there are no spoilers throughout the reading part of this video, unless you count the covers, but I don't really consider it. But anyways, let's just get into it. All right, it is 9:15 p.m. and we are going to start the first volume. Look how smooth that is. All right, volume 2. Volume 3. Let's start now. There you go. Fourth volume. It's so bright. Okay. I completely messed up how I was keeping track of time. I mean, I have the times. Like I screenshotted all of the takes that it took me, and I guess at the end I'll just add them all up together. Volume 5, fifth volume. Let's start now. It is currently 11:28 at night, and I've been awake since 6 in the morning. I am thinking to start again in the morning. Hopefully I solve a fucking time issue, and that is how. But I'm going to try to do this under 24 hours, so I'm gonna have to wake up early as well. I'm gonna have to wake up early in the morning just to do it. It is 2:53 p.m. Holy shit, why is the camera doing that? I have until like 6 hours until I can do this under 24 hours. So let's get on with volume. That how bright that shit is. Anyway, volume 6. Alright, volume 7. There you go. Volume 7. Volume 8. Starting. Hello? Hello? Did this man like butt dial me? What the fuck?
Especially like the third thing. Yeah.
Alex!
One answer.
It was bad. It was okay. This one was good.
Little bit.
That's crazy.
Anyways.
Doesn't say. Are they gonna realize it? Yeah, they realized it. They're calling me again. Hello?
Yo, were you were you listening to all of that?
You butt dialed me.
I did, but you
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? Why is Alex so far away?
did you listen to all of that?
All I heard was muffles. Like, I heard, I think, Chainsaw Man once. I'm like, oh, they're calling me because Chainsaw Man.
Yeah. No, we were at bars.
Oh,
Yeah, bro.
alright, dale. They just butt dialed me. Okay, volume 9. And we're gonna start now. It took me 30 minutes and 42 seconds to read volume 9, so that means I'm just getting slower and slower. I think I'm just getting slower because I'm starting to enjoy it a little bit more. Because around this point is where it hasn't been animated yet, or I think it hasn't been animated yet because I haven't seen season 2 yet. But oh my god, look at this fucking water bottles. Fucking like holy shit. Anyway. I think I'm doing pretty good. So it's 4:51. So I have what, like 5 hours? No, 4 hours left to complete this 10th volume. Jesus, I'm so fucking bright. Volume 11. Oh my god, it's so bright. Volume 11. Where's my phone? Right. Volume 12. We're almost there. Almost there. And starting now.
Oh, wait.
Yes?
How good is Komi Can't Communicate?
It's so good that I'm actually recording right now a reading challenge and I am on volume 12.
Oh shoot, show me the camera.
It's literally 14 minutes into reading the first. Say hi. Say hi.
I'm in the
You're in the YouTube video. Congratulations. What volume is this? 12? You're gonna be in it. Congratulations. You're in it twice now. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, bye. I think we're still doing good on time. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. But it's fine. Volume 13. So fucking bright. Alright, volume 14. Starting. Alright. Volume 15. Set up the timer. So it has officially failed. Like, I officially failed. It is 9:05 p.m. and I am only on volume, is it 16? Yeah, volume 16. Which again is completely fine. But I will be finishing reading every single volume, at least finish it today. Volume 17. I am so close. I'm just missing these 3 volumes and I can finally finish. Anyway, I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, volume 18 was there. So volume 19, the final volume, well, at least for now. This is the latest volume that is out, so let's just call it the last volume. It is the last volume for this video, so let's just get it started. And I finished at exactly, well, not exactly, but at 10:58, about to be 11 p.m. So I failed the 24-hour challenge. It did take me a little bit longer than 24 hours to finish reading this whole series, and in total I started at 9:15 p.m. and then finished it the next day at 10:58 p.m. So it just took me a day and an extra hour and 43 minutes in total. But total reading hours I did was 8 hours, 19 minutes, and 50 seconds. And an average, it took me around like 25-26 minutes to read each volume. And now for the review. So, Komi Can't Communicate as a whole is an interesting but not unique story. Now, hear me out. The story is very simple and pretty consumable. It's a basic premise. A young girl who's too shy to speak befriends and falls in love with a boy, and the boy helps her become more outgoing and helps her reach her goals. Simple. Sounds like it could be a short movie, maybe a small series, like a 12-episode anime. But with the goal of making over 100 friends, it gives it the opportunity to be spread out more and do more with it. Like what the creator did and made over 363 chapters long, and it is still ongoing. The story is well paced, and each chapter aren't very long, almost around like 13 to 20 pages long around there. Some chapters are a little bit short. Like I saw like a 5-page chapter, so it's very rare though. The characters are unique while also being stereotypes, but they're not like super annoying and they're not that bad. There's some forgettable characters, but not that much. It is really funny though, and it did make me smile and laugh out loud at reading some of the panels. And most importantly, the romance is very cute and heartwarming at times. I definitely recommend this series, and I will be collecting way more. It does have problems though, but I can't really get into the problems unless we mention spoilers. If you guys don't want to be spoiled, you can always skip to this timestamp right here. Alright, good? Alright, so first off, this series very lengthy. It's not bad, but like it's known to do basic like rom-com scenarios, like for example the beach arc, the theater arc, festival arc, the shrine arc, school trip arc, Christmas arc, the locked in a room arc, you know, a bunch of shit. And sometimes the creator does it twice. They did the field day and the school festival arc twice in the series, but the creator is smart with it, and they do it so it's different perspective. It's shown in different perspectives of the side characters. Like for example, obviously you have Kami and Tanoro in there, but it's with the classmates of year 2 instead of the classmates with year 1, so it kind of gets away with it. And they even do the same thing with like little segments like the library chapters where they're in the library and they're trying not to talk. But like I get it. It's very easy to create those kinds of stories because it is relatable. Most of us go to the beach, have school trips, you know. So, and sometimes for those people that don't experience that, they like to put themselves in the story and they see themselves as the character, and that's a very smart way on writing these kinds of stories. Speaking of characters, there are so many side characters in this series, so much in fact that it's pretty hard to keep track of all of them. And Oda has tried to highlight some of these characters in their own chapters and stuff, but sometimes it backfires and most of the side characters just get lost. Like a big example is my bad. A big example is Augury, which is Kami's third friend in the whole series. Her third friend ever made, and her last appearance was in the first chapter of the latest volume, right? However, before that, her last appearance was in chapter 61, which is in volume 5. So for 14 volumes, she's just been sidelined. And Oda noticed this and made a smart play by saying that the reason she wasn't shown was because they're just not in the same class anymore. So she doesn't have any time to see her, which makes sense. But Ren Yamami isn't in the same class as Kami, and she still gets a ton of screen time. She was in the school festival. Like she gets invited to places, or she invites herself to places. But Oda also uses segments like the who would you date chapters to like explore side characters a little bit more. And some of those chapters have brought back old characters like from the first class, like for the first year classroom, which is enjoyable. I really do like those segments. The family segments are cool, and I do like seeing the new generation like show up more. Like for example, Kami's brother, Tanoro's sister, the silent guy's like sister as well. There aren't any bad characters. It's just a lot of characters to like take in and remember them. Man Buggy, I think that's how you. I don't. That's not how you say her name. Uh, let's just say this girl was a pretty good addition to the series. Like she added that love triangle aspect to the story, and I thought it was just gonna be like a couple of chapters long, but no, she's there, and she's pretty important to the plot for a couple of volumes, which is very nice. It builds up to how it ends off, which I do very much enjoy how they handled it. It's very mature and proper, and I do like that whole like love triangle situation. Like my favorite romance comedy is Nesakoi, which is basically all about a love triangle. Najamin, however, is honestly just a mystery. Like not only is his, hers, it's Najamin's gender is basically just a mystery. But like all we know is that Najimi is basically like the third wheel who provides like most of the comedy, and like that's it. Even in the student parent conference chapter, with like we don't see much of Najimi. Najimi only shows up for like the last page. We don't see Najimi's parents. We see all the other side characters' parents, or if we don't see their parents, we see like we get like an in-depth and detailed review technically of like the characters, but like not Najimi. Like I feel like it is done on purpose, and hopefully it does get a big payoff in later chapters. And finally, the main characters, Kami and Tanoro, are both great. I like Tanoro. He was close to being that basic like romance comedy protagonist that like everyone is in these kinds of stories, but it gives him that little quirk that like basically allows him to read people's minds. It is kind of funny, and Kami is just great. My favorite thing though about Kami is seeing her progression. Like the more she makes friends, the more she's able to speak. Like at the beginning she would just like stare at people because she doesn't know how to talk, or like if she does try to talk, she would like stutter like super heavily. But now in the latest chapters, she's like whispering more. She's able to like say complete sentences, and there was even at one point where she actually just screamed. Overall, this series is great. I was never bored or trying to force myself into reading because I just had a good time. Most of the problems are noticed by its creators and have been explained in a sort of way. Like it wasn't just ignored. There's no hard thinking or world building needed. It's just a series that you could just take back, relax, and just enjoy. Just watch some wholesome shit. I'd give this a 8 out of 10. I'd just like to say thank you guys for watching this video, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch such a lengthy video like this one, and hopefully I see you guys in the next one.